It's coffee time. Okay, so the two issues that keep being brought to my attention about this webcam so far are that occasionally there's audio desync. I took a couple of test videos before I filmed this, and in both of them there was no audio desync, so fingers crossed. Also, apparently my face turns into a weird borked Cybertronic doll face at certain points, and I don't know if that's going to be fixed. I don't know at what point that tends to happen, so we'll just see. We'll see if it just fixes itself or if this is something that I need to address. Either way, it makes for great little screen caps. I love all of those pictures. I just look crazy. I look like a crazy person. Can I tell you something amazing? Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself. So, I can't remember if I told you guys or not that Neil had given me the tip of power walking before you run. So I was talking about how I absolutely hate running. Like, I love the feeling of running at first. It feels very freeing and very exciting to run. And then there's a point really quickly where I just feel like I'm going to die. Like, I instantly dislike it because my heart hurts and breathing is hard and it's just bad. And he was saying that it's really smart to power walk and progressively power walk faster and faster and faster and faster so that your heart rate is already up and your body's like kind of used to that feeling, and then running. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. So a few days ago, Friday? I think it was Friday. One of those days, last week, Jeannie and I decided, okay, we're going to try it because Jeannie and I have been gymming. So we tried it, and both of us, it did not take, it took like a minute and a half for us to feel like we were going to die and just go back to power walking. But today, I was like, okay, I'm going to progressively power walk faster and faster and faster. I'm going to try to do the in through the nose, out through the mouth, and I'm going to just see how far I can get, how long I can run before I just can't run anymore. And I ran... They've got a lot of energy. I ran for a full 4 minutes, which was incredible. Like, I don't think that I've ever done that before. So that was an amazing feeling for me to have Jeannie be like, dude, you're almost at 4 minutes. And I was like, what? What? And so then it was like, no, I have to keep going until I hit 4 minutes so that I know that I've gotten to 4 minutes, you know? Because originally, Jeannie and my goal was power walk, like real fast, real intense power walking for 15 minutes and then run for 5. And once we're able to do 5 minutes of running, then up it to like power walk for 10 minutes, run for 10, and have that be the new goal, right? So the fact that I have gotten 4 minutes, I feel really proud of myself. And I don't know if that was a fluke and I won't ever be able to do it again. I do know that breathing in through your nose while you're running starts to burn real bad. And I don't know how to fix that, like if there's a way to address that, because my nostrils hurt for like an hour after I ran. I was just like, God, ow. But apparently that's the best way to breathe when you're running. And it might have been one of the things that helped me. I don't know. So I was just like, okay. My nose. Either way. Very proud. Very happy. And then we got Veggie Grill. Veggie Grill is delicious. If any of you live in LA or are planning on visiting LA, one of the places that I suggest you go to, it's a chain restaurant. It's called Veggie Grill. And it's a vegan restaurant that has amazing vegan burgers. Like, so good. They have a Santa Fe chicken burger that I love. So today, Jeannie was like, dude, I really want to go to Veggie Grill. And I was like, okay. Got the Santa Fe chicken burger. It was delicious. Oh, now I'm daydreaming about that. We did have a good dinner tonight, though. It's funny. Everybody's been like, why are you talking about food constantly now? And it's because I've been cooking almost every single night. So I'm thinking about food more than I already was, which I already was thinking about food often. Also, I think there's a weird misconception happening here. The other message that I keep getting all the time is, wow, I see. Sam comes into town and now you're acting like a little housewife, cooking for him and doing whatever he wants. I was like, you obviously don't understand how my house is working. Like, the lack of gender roles in my home is fantastic. I do, like, primarily most of the cooking, but Sam helps me with every single meal. Like, we do equal amounts of work, and he does so much cleaning around the house. Like, we do equal amounts of work in the home, and I feel really good about that. Like, it's really, really nice, and it helps me out so much. It's wonderful. So yeah, for any of you who might have been like, I don't know about this, don't worry, it's not. And by the way, what's wrong with housewives? Housewives work hella hard. Like, don't be knocking that, all right? What are you guys doing? Sometimes Watson is so good, and sometimes she's just awful. And I feel like it's the awful moments are when I need to be playing with her, but a lot of the times she hits those, I'm so energetic, I'm gonna knock everything over. She hits that right when I'm going to bed. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do to help her. Just be like, look, I guess the house is yours. I'm asleep now, so there's really nothing I can do. I took a shower this morning, and I came back into my room, and on the side table next to the bed, she had knocked everything off of the side table, and I was like, what is this? What is this? Cats do that. Any of you who played cat lateral damage, that is the true facts of cats. They're not quite that strong. They don't typically use all of their strength to knock over plants, but they definitely, if it's something that they can just like do that with, they'll do it. That was my free pen. Hey, that's not yours. Hey, that's not yours. I love this pen so much. One of you sent this to me, and I use it constantly. It's my free pen. Sam hates free. He doesn't like it at all. And every time he's sitting here and needs to write something, he's like, which pen works? And I'm like, you gotta use the free pen. You gotta use that free pen. It's like, it's wonderful. Oh, yeah, it's Monday. It's Monday, and I recorded a bunch of gameplay, which was my goal today. Like, I wanted to make sure I went to the gym today. I did it. And I wanted to make sure that I recorded a bunch of gameplay, and I did. We did all of Hue today, so that'll be going out. And I played a bunch more Octodad and got so frustrated. I was like, oh my god, why is this game so frustrating? It's like ramping up in difficulty now, where it's like, I don't have enough control over my limbs to do this. How are people supposed to do this? It's so funny. Becomes a really hard game real fast, but it's still really fun. It's still a really fun game. I definitely recommend it. I would recommend it to people to play. But yeah, okay, so dinner. Originally, things went wrong that I didn't think were gonna go wrong, and things went right that I didn't think were gonna go right. Like, Jeannie gave me a zucchini pancake recipe, and she was like, they're delicious, and I was like, okay, but I didn't have regular flour. I only had almond flour. So the recipe was literally just zucchini, onion, egg, and flour, and that's it. And I was like, okay, I have all of those things, but I am going to use almond flour instead because that's what I have. And I think that the almond flour is fine. I don't think that was an issue. I think where I went wrong is that you're supposed to shred it. You're supposed to shred the zucchini and shred the onion. But my shredder has really tiny holes, like tiny enough that when I was like, let's see what this looks like. When I went to shred the onion just turned into juice on the other side. Like, there was nothing, they were too small. So I was like, okay, well, I have my julienne peeler. So I'll julienne all of the zucchini, and then I'll just mince up the onion, and I'll mix it all together. And that didn't work out quite so well either, because the zucchini retains a lot of moisture, like a lot of water. And so I squeezed out as much as I could, but I feel like I still didn't get all of it. Like, I should have gotten more. So it turned into this big thing where, like, Sam thought that something was on fire. He was like, what is happening in here? Because the pan that I had made the zucchini pancakes in was just black, like just charred. And he was like, what? And it turned out that they tasted okay. We ate them. We were like, oh, they taste all right. They weren't quite there. And for the reasons that I stated earlier, they could have been better. But that's okay. It's all in my quest to become a better cook. So it's fine. It just means that I need to adjust what I did before. I need to get a better shredder and or better grater, excuse me. And then I need to get a better shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then try it again because I think that it can do fine. Sam thinks that I got the pan too hot. I don't know. I have no idea what the problem was, but I'm willing to try them again because I think that they had a lot of potential to be delicious. And I also kind of want to put corn in them. I feel like zucchini, corn, and onion would be really good. So I'm probably going to try that. I need to sneeze. Okay. But then the thing that I thought was going to go completely wrong, the salmon, turned out delicious. I did the same sort of a thing where I looked up like a bunch of different things that people do to their salmon, and most of it didn't sound good to me. I was like, this is complicated. I don't want something complicated. I want something that I can just whip up right now. So I decided that I wanted garlic on it. I was like, okay, a lot of these have an oil base. So I'll start with olive oil, and then I'll put garlic in it. And then I was looking around in my fridge, and I was like, oh, I have mustard, like this stone ground mustard, which is it's pretty mustardy but like delicious. So I put some of that in there and some salt and pepper, and I just like, you know, whipped it all up and then put it all over the salmon and popped it in the oven, and it was so good. I was like, I need to remember this, which is why for any of you who follow diggereats.tumblr.com, I immediately wrote it down because I was like, I need to write this down, otherwise I'm going to forget what I did, and I might want to change it, but I at least need to remember what the base recipe was. So yeah, so I wrote that. Oh, by the way, I made diggereats.tumblr.com. It's literally just because Jesse had Dodger Eats, but he wasn't using it, and I was like, I kind of want a place where, because everybody always asks me for the recipes that I talk about on Coffee Time, I was like, I kind of want a place where I can revlog funny eating gifs because people love making gifs of me eat, which I'm totally fine with. Reblog my Instagram food pictures, and then just write up recipes. So that's what I did, and so it's diggereats.tumblr.com if you want to follow that. And I wrote the salmon one on there, and that turned out great. I was really happy with that. But dinner was pretty good. I'm so glad. Every time anything goes wrong, I'm like, this is gonna be an awful meal. And then when it turns out fine, I'm like, okay, thank God. Phew, it's all fine. But anywho, I'm gonna go and go to bed. But I hope you guys had an amazing day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. And hopefully the audio is not desynced. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Okay, bye-bye. Mwah.